This is the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System taking place now online in Ross IELTS Academy. The candidate is Sanjay. The candidate number is 014132778. The examiner is Jason. Examiner number 443533. Good afternoon. My name is Jason. Would you please tell me your full name?
My full name Sanjay Thakur.
Great. And can I see your identification, please?
Yes, here you go.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. In the first part of the exam, I will ask you some personal questions, okay? First, I'd like to ask about friends. Who is your best friend?
There are many best friends of mine. Although my best friend is Mr. Sagar, and he is living with me since 4 years.
Great. And are you still friends with people from your childhood?
To be honest, I am in touch, but not most of them. But few of them are still in my touch.
Great. And do you prefer spending time with family or friends?
I prefer to spend the time with both. But as I am working in Dubai, so I am away with my family. So I don't usually get the time to spend the time with my family. But most probably, I'm spending all of my time with my friends.
Cool. Now let's move on to talk about going out. Do you often go out in the evenings?
I go usually out after my working hours. Me and my friend, as I mentioned earlier, Sagar is my best friend. We go out to have a dinner and just for a casual walk.
Right. And what do you like to do when you go out?
When we go out, we go to purchase some things and mainly for food only. And most of the time in weekends we go for like adventure places or for a workout near my place.
Mhm. Where do most young people like to go out in your country?
In my country, most of the people would like to go beaches, which is mesmerized beach we have in India. Particularly where I am from, Porbandar, it is where there is plenty of beaches where you can explore and relax yourself.
Nice. Now let's talk about happiness. Are you a happy person?
Of course, I am a happy person. So, with grace of God, where I am at moment, I feel very proud of myself because it took me a long, challenges in my life to reach here. So I am happy.
Great. And what usually makes you happy?
Uh, well, uh, there are several things which makes me happy. To name a few, like to eat a healthy food or going out for a workout or being with friends in the weekends. That also make me quite pleased.
Nice. And what makes you feel unhappy?
As when we are a human being, so there are a few problems in around. Like I wanted to buy a car, but because of some reason I could not. So I am, not really happy for that.
Okay. Thank you. This is the end of part one. Now I'm going to give you a topic card and I'd like you to talk about it for 2 minutes. Before you talk,
Okay.
you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make notes if you wish. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, you can take some paper and a pencil to make notes, and I'm going to share your clue card with you. Okay, you have 1 minute, and after that, I will let you know when to start. Your 1 minute starts now. Okay, your 1 minute preparation time is over. Please begin speaking.
First of all, I am so much into the music, and there are many favorite singers of mine. But although to answer them, one of them, my favorite singer is Arijit. He is a Bollywood singer, and he is from India. He is a quite humble nature and with a decent personality. First time I heard in the YouTube when I was traveling to my office work to another province. I was just going through the YouTube and where I find him singing a song which was quite, which is very nearest to me. That song name was Gale Lagja. So I like the way he songs, and he sang all type of songs such as a romantic song or a emotional or a party type song. So and I like him because of his kind nature. I found he is very humble. Apart from that, I remember last week he had organized a free, this free concert without charging to anyone, and that all the money he have distributed to the COVID patients, hospitals, and everywhere. So because of that reason, I admire him a lot. Beside that, also recently he donated 2 crores INR rupees to one of the state in India for the medical facilities and all. Although there are different singers of mine which I admire a lot, but I like him because of his humbleness. Still there are many singers who are big personality in the Bollywood industry, but he is the person who still believe in humanity, and he lived to life a very simple way, even
Thank
though
you.
he had
Thank you very much. Thank you. This is the end of part 2, and that was cool. So we've been talking about your favorite singer, and I'd now like to ask you some questions related to this, okay?
okay.
Let's now consider singing. Why do some people seem to be better at singing than others?
Well, it depends on the person to person, the what kind of voice they have. If I talk about myself, I am not a good singer. If I sing and everybody surrounded my people, they start laughing and smiling on me. So if you have good quality of voice and you are so much into it from the childhood, then it makes a difference from another.
Nice. Do you think there are benefits from being able to singing well?
Of course, there is many beneficial of that singing. As for an instance, like if you are a singer, you can go to many occasions or event or a concert, and you can charge them quite well money. For an example, in India, there are a few of my friends who sings very well, and they are being called by the many of the rich people in their occasion of like their friend's birthday or their son's party or anniversary, and they are quite what we say earning a more.
Mhm. Do you think people need to learn how to sing, or is it a natural skill?
I think it's of course it's a natural thing, but if people want to learn, they can, of course they can learn. And I think music is a thing which can make you relax. They can melt out your stress. And if I got a chance to learn, of course I would go for singing. And when I was in school, I remember there my teacher always encourage people to learn songs.
Okay, so you are into singing and you have tried to sing sometimes, yes?
Of course, usually I don't. Usually I sing when I'm in room. I don't usually sing out I am in my room. I'm alone. I just play with my guitar. I randomly select a song and I just entertain my friends. Even though my voice is not that much great, but still I manage to impress them.
I see. Do you think women are better singers than men?
To be honest, I don't think there is a comparison. It's all depend on the personality. Either it is a woman or a man. It's depend on the what uh, they what personality they have and what kind of voice they have. If it's
Okay,
wom-
I'll keep going.
If it's women, then it's of course people love to listen more about them and better than men.
Okay, in your country, do you think women are better singers or men? I mean, just the famous singers.
I think there is an equally competition. Men's are also a favorite of all the people as well as women, but generally people go for, as I mentioned earlier, of my favorite singer. All of the Indian people are fond of Arijit Singh because of his uh, voice, and also apart from that, his decent personality he is having it. So it makes different from all of them.
Mhm. What advice would you give someone if they wanted to learn how to sing?
Sorry, can you come again?
Sure. What advice would you give someone if they wanted to learn how to sing?
I will give numerous advice if they want to learn music. First of all, they have to start from the basic. Without basic knowing of the music, they can't start from anywhere. So they have to learn from the scratch. So I will give them an advice to go for a music institute, or learn from the expert, those who is already expert in that field. So that will help him in many ways, rather than just going somewhere and start singing and making fun of them.
Great. Thank you very much. This is the end of the speaking test. And just relax. As you told me, you were a bit nervous. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel now?
Yeah, I feel relaxed now. Like something was my hand, something there was in my head, and it's like somebody had removed it. So I'm feeling relaxed.
Okay, so you can keep relaxing. I need just 1 to 2 minutes to add up your score, then I can get back to
Sure.
you. We can go
All
to
right.
feedback together. Okay, let's start with your band score. Okay, your band score would be 7 for your performance, I mean for today, which is a good band score, I guess. And you were pretty cool throughout the test, okay? You were a bit nervous. Can you talk about your feeling? Why you were nervous?
Actually, I haven't faced interview like this. I had faced interview of the jobs and like that, but this is something like new for me to
It was your first time, just
first time in IELTS.
okay.
In my life, I already faced, I remember only one interview as of now. When I came to Dubai, that was my first interview, and I was continuous working in the same company. So I haven't experienced a new
Wait,
interviews.
okay, yes. So I will first go to different parts, parts 1, parts 2, and part 3. Then I will go for the 4 criteria, which are pronunciation, grammar, fluency, and vocabulary, okay,
Okay.
to talk about your performance and what to do to get a better band score. So, in part 1, you have to give full answers, okay? Your answers were almost, the first, I think, 2 or 3 questions I asked you, your answers were a bit short. Okay,
Okay.
you didn't expand your answer. You could just go for a little bit longer one, not too short, not too long. Just keep in mind. I mean, for the second and third topics, you were much better. Okay, and it's normal to be nervous in part 1 because you are just starting the test,
Yeah.
and the examiner is ready for you to just having a shaky voice, or sometimes you feel nervous and you forget things. It's okay, but
Okay.
I think you could handle it well in parts 2 and 3. And in parts 2, the examiners are mostly looking for your fluency and coherence. So here is the time that you should show how fluent you are, okay? That you don't have any hesitation or repetition, and you can easily speak. Okay, this is really important. So the other point is covering the 2 minutes. Okay, you could easily cover it. That was really good. It's sometimes challenging for many candidates, but you could pretty maybe if I didn't stop you, you could speak for 3 minutes, which is great. And for part 3, you have to try to develop your ideas. So you have to expand your answers. Okay, this is really important for examiners. I have one simple advice for you for the real test, and if you're going to have some other mock tests, which is just keep 3 things in your mind. First, answer the question. then explain and say why, okay? Or you can just support your answer. And the last one is just bring up an example. Okay, as you were doing in some questions in part 3, you were giving some examples, which is perfect. Okay, just keep up the good job. This is really good. You have to just follow the same pattern. And that was the whole things about parts 1 and 2 and 3, as well as the whole thing you did. I'm going to go for the 4 criteria. Pronunciation first. Your pronunciation was actually nice. You didn't have some major problems, but you know, sometimes it was really hard to understand you. Not a lot, just a couple of times, because you were speaking fast, I guess.
Fast, yeah. I was about to say that.
Yeah, if you speak fast, there might be 2 problems. One of them is I cannot understand you well, so you will lose mark in pronunciation parts. Okay. The other thing is you're going to make some grammatical mistakes, which you did actually. Okay, so try to just be natural, speak not slowly and not fast, just naturally and normally. Okay, and you had some mispronunciations, like for comparison, you said comparison or comparison. I don't remember well, but you mispronounced it. Okay, comparison. And for words like basic, it's S, not Z. You said basic. Okay, it's basic. It's okay. Just you have to. I think if you speak naturally and normally, if you don't speak fast, you will be able to handle this part. Okay, so
I reckon maybe I am so fast, so I was just pronouncing it wrong.
Sure, yeah. Because when you are fast or when you are speaking fast, you just forget about how you are pronouncing the words and what grammar or correct structure you're using. So I never recommend speaking fast, and it's not really good.
Okay.
Because speaking fluent is not speaking fast.
Okay. So this was very fast, or just little bit I have to improvise and speed?
I mean, for the exam, the candidates believe that they have to speak fast to impress the examiner. Okay? The examiner is not looking for the speed of your speech. It shouldn't be slow. It should be natural and normal.
Okay.
So you can just get a little slower, and that would be fine. So if you try to control your speed in pronunciation and the way you're speaking, you would get easily a 7. Okay, but for this performance, I gave you a 6 for pronunciation. The next part is grammar. Actually, you didn't have a lot of mistakes. Okay, you had some, again, because of your speed, I believe. For example, you said there is a lot of things, you know, there are a lot of things. When you use a lot of things, plural, you should use there are instead of there is. And you said in YouTube, it's on YouTube. The preposition is on YouTube, on Instagram. Okay.
Right.
And most of the people, it's most people. Okay. If you are generally speaking, most people in the world. Okay. But most of the people in India, most of the people in my country. If you go in particular, use most of the people. Okay. But generally speaking, most people. And another preposition mistake, in weekends. It's on the weekend. On the weekends or at the weekends. Both of them are correct, British and American. That's some, I think, part of your speed again. Okay, you have to just try to be relaxed, because I think you know most of these grammatical mistakes I just told you. And the other thing is you have to try to go for a wider range of grammar. Okay. One good tip for you here would be listen to the question carefully, especially in part 1. Okay. When I ask you, for example, how often do you hang out with your friends? Okay. You can just go for the tense. Which tense is it? It's simple past. Okay. You can go for simple past and talk about the question. But for example, when I ask you about your favorite thing, okay, you can go for superlative. Who's your favorite singer? Go for superlative structure. Okay, I mean, you can go for different range of or different types of grammar, okay? So they will really help you get a better band score. And for instance, when I ask you about, do you prefer hanging out with your family or friends? Okay, you can go for comparative structures. You can compare. Okay, if I, for example, go with my family, it's much more, for example, comfortable for me compared to hanging out with my friends or whatever. Okay,
Right.
so if you listen to the question, you can easily go for a different range of grammar, the tenses. For example, when I say, how has your hometown changed for the recent 20 years? Okay, you can say, you can go for present perfect tense and simple past. Okay, so you don't talk about the future when I'm not asking about the future. So if you just be a little bit smart, you can go for the tenses easily and show the wider range of grammar here. And that's it. So for the next time, I think you got a 7 here, and you don't have to worry a lot about your grammar. Okay, your grammar is good enough to get a 7, but to keep it, to make sure next times you will get the 7 or above, you have to be careful about your mistakes and show a wider range of grammar. Okay, for fluency, you were fluent. Really, you are fluent. For fluency and coherence, you are easily speaking, as I told you, in all parts. And I didn't see any problem for this part. You were using a great maybe range of connectives, like although, because of, since, as. Okay, these are really important. If you want to get a really good band score, you have to go for connectives. Okay, but you can easily expand your answer by linking two sentences. Okay, so you have to try to do it more and show that you are aware of it. It was really nice. And for the parts you didn't understand the question, that was really nice to say, can you come again? Okay, it's really nice. Don't say I don't understand. Say, would you please repeat it again, or can you please explain, I didn't understand. It's not a good way. Your vocabulary, you get a 7 for your fluency as well. Your vocabulary is got really nice, a 7 again. Okay, you used find someone humble, get a chance to do something, entertain my friends, to be in touch with them. I'm into music, and most probably plenty of people, they were really nice. Okay, Cupid, I think you don't have to worry for your vocabulary, fluency, and grammar. Just a little bit about your pronunciation. As I told you, you can easily get a 7 by following what I told you.
Do you want to know what band score you'll get in the IELTS speaking test? Perhaps you want to improve your performance and prepare yourself for the real test? Then why not book an online mock test with us that will last for 25 minutes. 12 minutes of the test itself and 13 minutes of comprehensive feedback, plus we'll give you useful tips on how to make your performance better. Remember, all our examiners are especially trained by British Council instructors, so we know how to help you. Join us.
Join us to become our next successful candidate.